Hello, Led Volta. I was really interested in your video, and I understand how excited you are about discovering the truths of Buddhism. I myself am a practitioner of Buddhism, and I have been practicing for a little over 30 years, and I felt exactly like you when I first came in contact. There are many schools of Buddhism, so it's difficult to find the correct one. Although all the schools of Buddhism have truth and benefit, but the founder of Buddhism, Shakyamuni, he was the one who first started to teach about Buddhism. He found the answer to the truth of reality, which basically, in a couple of sentences, is that the oneness of the universe and the eternity of life. So, in order to teach that to the people of his time, he had to start at the beginning, because people weren't ready to be able to understand what he understood. It's like a science teacher wanting to teach somebody or young people about what he understands. He would have to start at the beginning. So he taught for 48 years, and the first 48 years he taught many different types of teaching, including meditation and observance of the mind and many other methods, and these he considered, he called those provisional teachings. And in the last 8 years of his life, he taught the Lotus Sutra. And in his introduction to the Lotus Sutra, which is the Nirvana Sutra, he stated that up until now, everything that I have taught you is in preparation for this teaching, and this teaching is the truth. So in the Lotus Sutra, he taught about the oneness of the universe and the eternity of life. And I would, if you don't mind, I'll read a little bit from a pamphlet from the temple that I belong to. The pamphlet is entitled Buddhism. The word Buddha is an honorific title meaning enlightened one, and is bestowed upon a person who has perfectly fused his subjective wisdom with the objective reality of life. A Buddha perceives that all phenomena ultimately are the expression of one mystic entity or law permeating all existence, and that this mystic law is one with the Buddha's life itself. A Buddha's life manifests boundless joy, vitality, and good fortune in each moment. The teachings of a Buddha are called the Dharma or law, because his enlightened words reveal his wisdom, which is one with the essence of all life and nature. Buddhism is the teaching which enables common mortals to fuse their minds with that of the Buddha and experience the hidden treasure of wisdom and virtue within their own existences as well. In the eye of the Buddha, all beings and the lands in which they live manifest the life of the Buddha, or the life of Buddha. The practice, the school of Buddhism that I belong to is called Nichiren Shoshu. And the practice of Nichiren Shoshu is the chanting of Nam-myoho Renge Kyo. That may sound a little strange, but if we remember that everything is constructed of atoms, and atoms are moving, and everything that is moving makes sound, so sound is the most pervasive thing in the whole universe. So Nam-myoho Renge Kyo is the sound of the Buddha. I'll read a little bit about what this pamphlet says about Nam-myoho Renge Kyo. It says it better than I can explain it. The primary practice in Nichiren Shoshu is to chant Nam-myoho Renge Kyo as we face the true object of worship, Gohanzen. Nichiren Daishonin established this practice as the cause to directly manifest our inherent potential for Buddhahood. Nam-myoho Renge Kyo is the name, entity, quality, function, and teaching of the true entity that is the essence of all phenomena, and as such is virtually impossible to explain in a simple way. Nevertheless, a superficial translation could be rendered, quote, fusion with the mystic entity of all phenomena, simultaneously manifesting cause and effect, unquote. According to the true Buddha's teachings, a person who chants the Daimoku with profound faith will immediately begin to receive the beneficial influence of the Buddha's wisdom and compassion. Naturally, a lifetime of causes based on beliefs contrary to Buddhism is not completely reversed in one day. But from the first day the Buddhist path is entered, arrival at the ultimate destination of indestructible happiness is assured. Along the way, many benefits of Buddhist practice, both conspicuous and inconspicuous, will appear, bringing encouragement and joy to the believer and his family and friends. As a secondary practice, a portion of the second and the entire 16th chapter of the Lotus Sutra are recited. Together, recitation of the sutra and Daimoku chanting constitute the daily practice of Nichiren Shoshu believers and result in the purification of one's life, which in time produces far-reaching effects in all aspects of a person's existence. It's an easy practice, chanting Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, but it has profound results or effects. Cause and effect is basically, the law. Everything is cause and effect. So when I first started to chant Nam-myoho Renge Kyo, or when I first heard about it, I was, amused, because I thought to myself, how can chanting some words make any difference in my life? But I tried and I got tremendous results. So I'm still doing it 33 years later. Okay, the previous explanation of Nam-myoho Renge Kyo explained chanting to the Gohanzen. The Gohanzen is the object of worship of Nichiren Shoshu, is the enlightened life of the founder, Nichiren Daishonin. While he was alive, his disciples and believers were able to directly receive the beneficial influence of the mystic power and wisdom of the true Buddha. In order to save his disciples and believers who would take fate after his passing, the Daishonin infused his enlightened life into the object of worship known as the Daigohanzen, thereby establishing the cause for the universal propagation of true Buddhism and the securing of peace throughout the world. All Gohanzens enshrined in temples and homes of believers are transcriptions of the Daigohanzen and derive their power from it. The physical form of the Gohanzen consists of planks of wood or sheets of paper onto which are inscribed Chinese and Sanskrit characters infused with the life of the true Buddha. Down the center of the Gohanzen, Nam-myoho Renge Kyo Nichiren is inscribed, manifesting the entity of the oneness of the person, the true Buddha, and the law, Nam-myoho Renge Kyo. Arrayed around this central inscription of the mystic law are characters expressing the 10 worlds of the original Buddha's life. Therefore, when we are seated before the Gohanzen, we should realize that we are in the presence of the true Buddha and observing the true entity of all phenomena. Our devotion to the Buddha